This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Tuesday today, which means we're doing a top 5 video, the top 5 Tuesday slot. And this is one that I've been meaning to do for a while because I've had quite a few requests for it. And the question is, what are the best affordable guitars out there? Best affordable electric guitars. And by affordable, I mean under £400, £400 or under. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at 5 different varieties of electric guitar. We're going to look at Strat-style guitars, Tele-style guitars, semi-acoustics, Les Paul style guitars, and P90 Junior style guitars. By far and away, I would say the 5 most popular varieties of electric guitar. You can always squeeze a couple extra onto that list, but then it wouldn't be a top 5 Tuesday, it'd be a top 6 or 7. So those are the 5 that I've chosen. So these are all guitars that I've either owned or played enough to kind of form an opinion one way or another on them. And these are the ones that, as I say, they're all about 400 quid or in some cases quite a bit less. And, well, these are the picks that I came up with.
Best S-type.
Okay, so for the S-type category, I'm going to go with this Sire Larry Carlton S3. Now, this is a HSS style guitar, although you can, if you spend a little bit extra and go for the S7 variety of this breed, you can get a more traditional Strat-style guitar, 3 single coils. But to be honest with you, the bridge pickup on this, I like a humbucker in the bridge position on a Strat-style guitar, and this is a particularly well-voiced humbucker for this style of guitar. £369 gets you one of these. I own the big brother of this, which has the roasted maple neck, and everything else about this guitar. Let's have a look at some pictures. Here we go. Everything else about this guitar, save for the roasted maple neck, is identical to the S7 ones, and for I think 500 plus change the S7s are now, you're getting something which just genuinely does feel like a custom shop instrument. If you are looking for an S-type guitar, then you have to go a long way and spend a lot more, I think, to get anything better than one of these Sire Larry Carlton S3s in this case. So if you've got a little bit more money, the S7. So let's move on to the next category.
Best T-type.
Yes, the Faisley Outlaw Series Coyote Plus SS Blue electric guitar with gig bag. Now, they say blue, but mine is actually, because I own one of these. Hello, it doesn't seem to want to load the picture. Let's refresh the page. I own one of these, and it's more of a green, actually. These guitars have a beautiful, tactile, woody kind of feel to them. There's none of that kind of heavy gloss lacquer. You're getting a roasted maple neck. You're getting Wilkinson hardware. And an ash body, which, as I say, has a rubbed stain finish. Absolutely gorgeous guitars to play. You would not believe that they cost £154. You still have, if you're kind of thinking about a 400 quid budget, you still have plenty of money in the kitty to do upgrades. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the pickups on these. They are by a well-known aftermarket pickup manufacturer, although I'm not allowed to tell you who that is, but they are, not just some kind of cheap generic pickups. They do have a pedigree behind them. But I was curious about Tone Rider pickups, so I thought I'll chuck some Tone Riders in, and was very, very impressed with the results from that. But just as it comes, just as it stands, this is a great guitar. Not just a great guitar for the money, but a great guitar. It's probably my favourite Telecaster, and it is ridiculously cheap. My favourite Telecaster style guitar. It's ridiculously cheap. Forget the price tag. Just judge it on its merits. It's a great guitar, and you'd have to spend boatload more money to get anything significantly better than this, I think. So let's move on to the next category.
Best thin-line semi-acoustic.
Yes, it wouldn't be a John Robson video without there being a Harley Benton in it somewhere, would there? So a thin-line semi-acoustic. I've owned one of these. I was I've owned 2 of these. I've owned the Harley Benton HB35, and I've owned this very one here, the HB35 Plus. The main difference is that you get a slightly nicer top. If we look at this, my HB35 was just kind of a black gloss finish. This is, as you can see, it's got a little bit of figuring on the top, so that's one difference. And you get Roswell Alnico 5 pickups on the HB35 Plus. Just the regular HB35 guitar comes with just generic ceramic pickups, so they're okay. But you can hear the difference. There's just that little bit more dimension to the sound. If it's trying to describe sound is a bit sort of difficult anyway. But basically the Alnico 5 Roswell pickups, I think, sound better on this guitar. I got rid of my first one because I needed to pay a vet's bill for the dog, and then I mentioned that on a live stream one week, and a very, very generous chap called Robert basically bought me one of these as a replacement. This was round about the time that I'd just kind of got my signature guitar was starting to take shape, so I thought, well, I'll pay it forward a little bit, and I donated my HB35 Plus to Zoe's place with Robert's blessing. But it's a great guitar. It's got that real kind of 335 kind of bite to it. It does everything that you expect of this style of guitar, and does it pretty well, I think. And for that kind of money, I think it's an Epiphone killer, to be honest. I think it's easily as good as the Epiphone 335, and it just has that maybe slightly unfashionable brand name on the headstock, but that depends whether you care about that sort of thing or not, doesn't it? Next.
Best single cut.
Yeah, this was a bit of a revelation for me. This is the Epiphone Les Paul Classic Worn. The reason I like this over all of the other kind of budget Les Pauls that I did a shootout between this guitar and the Harley Benton SC550, which is a lovely guitar, and in terms of the sound, there's very little to choose between them, to be honest with you. If anything, in fact, I think I did a blind test between this and the Harley Benton, and nobody could hear the difference. That nobody kind of said, okay, at this point in the tune you're using the Harley Benton, at that point you're using the Epiphone. So there's virtually nothing to choose between them in terms of sound. This is more expensive than the Harley Benton, and the reason I prefer it is because it has a beautiful tactile matte finish, a satin finish on the back of that neck. It's probably one of the nicest budget Les Pauls I think I've ever played. It's got that sort of inspired by Gibson vibe about it. The only thing I don't like, really, as you can see, is this veneer that they use on the back of the guitar. Somebody in one of the comments of my videos said that it looks a little bit like 70s flat pack furniture, and I get where they're coming from with that. But that aside, this is a great looking, great sounding, great feeling guitar. And if you're looking for a Les Paul style guitar for under 400 quid, this would definitely be my choice. Next.
Best P90 Junior.
Yeah, now this is another guitar that I had that's an Epiphone. Basically, I wanted to see if it's true what people say about all you need is one single dog ear P90 and a single volume and a tone control. And that's the most versatile guitar. I wouldn't go that far, to be honest with you, but it is more versatile than you might think. I actually did a shootout between this and the Faisley, can't remember the model number. The Faisley is ridiculously cheap, I think less than half the price of this. I think it's only about 100 quid, actually, the Faisley one. And that punches well above its weight, but and I actually quite like the sound of the pickup on the Faisley one, but just in terms of fit and finish and just the general feel and the weight of it and everything, I think there's only a kind of short head between them, but I think I prefer the Epiphone. So if you're looking for a good single P90 Les Paul Junior style guitar, then you have to go a long way before you can beat this humble offering here. Very versatile, more versatile than you might think. Perhaps not as versatile as many people would have you believe, but still a great guitar. So there you go. Those are my picks. So there you go. I hope that has proved useful. I know there weren't a lot of surprises on that list. The truth be told, you have to work really hard and be determined these days, I think, to buy a bad guitar. Yes, there are always going to be bad guitars that slip through the net, things that get past quality control, whatever. But by and large, I mean, if we think back to that Yamato guitar that I was messing around with, that early 70s Les Paul copy from, that I was kind of working on before Christmas, we've come such a long way in terms of budget or affordable guitars these days. Each of the ones that I've mentioned there on this list, I've either owned or played or have some experience of, enough experience to kind of make an informed recommendation on them. And there you have it. That is today's video. Hope you found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Why not drop me a like while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.